Welcome everyone to the 1000 subscriber special. Thank you for 1000 subscribers. It's been a long road, but it's been a fun road, and I think there's going to be a lot more fun ahead. So let's go ahead and dive into what we've got for the 1000 subscriber special. You do already know that it is a randomizer, I did tell you, and there was also the community vote to decide how we were going to handle this. You guys decided that you wanted me to go ahead and release the video that I had almost done and continue the run that was already started in live stream format. So that is what we are going to do. However, I found out that I had more footage recorded than what I thought. So I went ahead and cut that up into two videos. They're both about 20 minutes long. I'm trying to keep it around that 20 to 30 minute mark for the short form videos. We will do the live streams that will be long form, and then I'll take those and I'll cut them down with very minimal editing to that 20 to 30 minute mark, so that people who aren't able to get to the live streams or prefer the short form format will be able to still watch. So that is going to be the plan moving forward. The first live stream will be the Sunday after this video goes live. So we've got those two videos coming up, so look forward to that. This video is going to be the first in my first ever randomizer run of any video game, let alone Pokemon, and it is going to be, as you can tell by the thumbnail and title, we are doing a randomizer run of Pokemon Moon. So what does that mean? Well, let's go ahead and dive into the list of things that I have changed in this randomizer that are going to make things a little more interesting. Given that this is a randomizer, we're not really in it for the story. I have played Pokemon Moon before, so the focus of this is not going to be the story. It is going to be the random shenanigans that we get up to as a result of the randomizer. So to give you an idea of what things are going to look like, this is a list of things that I have changed, but it is not everything, so there may still be some surprises in store. First off, starters have been randomized. Wild Pokemon, held items, on-caught Pokemon, static gift and purchase Pokemon, in-game trades, totem Pokemon, ally Pokemon, abilities, TMs, field items, special shops, pickup items, and random trainer names and classes. Those have all been randomized. You're going to see a lot of weird and unusual names and trainer classes for some of these people that we face along the way. Also, we have, in order to make it a little more challenging, because if you follow the live stream channel, you'll know that I'm kind of a fan of making games a little more challenging than they normally would be, especially Pokemon, notoriously easy games, I would say. So I did want to make it a little more challenging, just to be that much more interesting. So all trainers have 2 extra Pokemon. They should, as long as the randomizer functions properly, have better movesets, as well as the Pokemon League will all have a unique Pokemon that no other trainer has. There are some other changes as well, like changing impossible evolutions, so that if something like Abra requires a trade for me to evolve it, it will instead evolve by level up. But those are the big changes. There's also some others that aren't on this list, so look forward to that. So thank you once again for 1000 subscribers, and let's jump into this run of Pokemon Moon randomized. Come on, Kukui, I just want my starter. Let's go, buddy. Hurry up. You talk too much. My bag and hat. Got my bag and hat. Now I need to go get my starter. It's always the Spearow. Spearow are always the bad guys. They're always the bullies. Always. This is like the shakiest bridge ever. Oh no, watch out! Boop. And there goes the bridge. Okay, finally we can figure out what our starter choices are going to be. The fairy type Aromatisse, the poison type Boy, or the bug type Scizor. Ooh, these are good choices. I feel like I have to pick Nidoking. The fact that Nidoking actually showed up randomly for my very first randomizer, I have to pick Nidoking. And it's took the place of Litten, which is my favorite of these 3 starters. This is just perfectly lining up for me. Perfect. Only when you have both chosen each other can you truly call each other partners. Oh, look at my beautiful Nidoking. Nidoking is staring at me with some curiosity. Pick me, Nidoking. Yay, Nidoking has chosen me! The poison type Nidoking is sniffing at me curiously. Would you like to give Nidoking a nickname? Yes. I'll call you Gilgamesh. No thanks, I don't want to battle you. I don't want to. I don't wanna. Fine. Let's see what you've got. Schoolboy Kimberly. Schoolboy Kimberly sent out Aromatisse. Nice. All right, well, we have the type advantage. I forgot he picks the one that we're strong against, because we can't have good rivals anymore that pick the one that you're weak to. So this is going to go very poorly for you, Kimberly. Have another poison sting. And another! Ooh, it poisoned, even better. One last poison sting. Game over for you, Kimberly. Ooh, level up. Another level up. One more? No, not quite. Get out of here, Kimberly. Someone's at the door. They didn't even wait for me to get to the door anyway. You can't just barge into my house, Kukui. Just because you know me doesn't mean you get to just walk in whenever you want. All right, now we get to see what we can get. Let's see what this first Pokemon's gonna be. Come on. No way. That's AZ's Floette. Not just a Floette, but AZ's Floette. No way. No way, dude. We have to catch this. What is gonna be the best choice? I don't want to KO it. Let's just go with a poison sting and see how that works out. Ooh, that did more than I wanted, but it should be all right. No. We're just gonna catch it. We're just gonna throw a Pokeball and see if we can get it. I don't want to risk it. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Can't believe the first wild Pokemon we ran into was AZ's Floette. Titania. Let's see what we're dealing with. What you got, Titania? Fairy Wind, Vine Whip, and Tackle. Not too bad. With a special attack boost and speed lowering nature. That's pretty good for a Floette. That's nice. Then Gilgamesh, a neutral nature. Ooh, that's really good for a Nidoking. That lets us have a lot of freedom with the moveset that we're going to use. All right, what else can we find in this grass? Ooh, nope, Expert Belt. What does Expert Belt do, actually? An item to be held by a Pokemon. It's a well-worn belt that slightly boosts the power of super effective moves. Ooh, yeah, we're going to give that to Gilgamesh right now. Let's see what else we could find. No way! No way, dude. Jirachi? First we get AZ's Floette and then Jirachi? This is insane. We have to catch it. I think Peck is going to be the best call here. Nope. Didn't do much. Let's try a double kick. Hopefully this won't KO it. Come on. Ooh, that was scary. Oh, okay, we're fine. Let's go for a Peck. It's below half, so that's good. I'm just going to throw a ball at it. I'm just going to try. 1, 2, 3. Yes, let's go. Nice. We shall name you Bess. Okay, let's get one more Pokemon before we fight this guy. Because I have a feeling this is not going to be very easy. And I think we need as many as we can get. Another Nidoking. You know what? We're just going to run. We don't need this one. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Show me. Oh, Jirachi again. Dugong. Well, I mean, I guess it is a water type. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to have it on the team. All right, let's add you to the team. Ursula, welcome to the team. I'm sure you will help substantially. All right, let's see if we got something new. Let's see. What do we get? What do we get? Golett. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Nice, let's go. We shall call you Adam. What do we have? No way, a Blastoise, really? That's much better than a Seal. Okay, level 3. I'm kind of concerned that one more is gonna KO it, and I don't want to do that. So let's see. 2, 3, nice. All right, we're gonna name you Poseidon. Definitely gonna save it before we fight this guy. All right, let's see what you got, kid. Scribe Marcellus. All right, let's go. Zapdos. Oh my lord. Okay, well, this was unexpected. It kind of seems a bit unfair. It's only level 3 though, so we might be okay. Let's just do a Vine Whip. Let's see how this turns out. Yikes, that did not do much at all. Good, that didn't do much to us either. That's fine. Let's see how much Fairy Wind does. Significantly more. Ooh, okay, Peck didn't do much. I thought we would be weak to the Peck, but we are not. Slurpuff. This is significantly easier to hit. Electric Search. Oh no. Okay. I'm glad you didn't send out Slurpuff before Zapdos. That would have been bad. Can we get away with a change in the middle of battle? Tackle's good. We resist that. 1 damage. Nice. I have 2 moves. Wish and Confusion. Okay. Let's get a Confusion. Does not do as much as I'd hoped it would. Shell Bell. I did not give it a shell bell. It had one already. This Jirachi is gonna be super busted, I feel. Play nice. Okay. My attack fell. That's okay. I'm using a special attack. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. This might KO. Yes, let's go. All right, good. Bagon. Ooh. We could try for another cheeky switch. Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's go for a Fairy Wind. This should do a good amount of damage. Level 7. Fairy Wind against a Bagon. KO. There we go. Super effective. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Not very much XP though, which does make sense. Best learned rest. So now we have 2 healing moves. Okay, cool. Good job, Marcellus. Not bad for our first battle. Who are you and what are you gonna do? Tamer Liliana. Okay. Patrat? Okay, that's not bad at all. We can definitely deal with that. You know what we need to do, honestly? We need to do a little bit of switch training. Let's send out Adam. Dynamic Punch does not affect Adam. Nice. And Speed rose, special defense fell. All right, sweet. I'm fine with that. Can't use ghost type. Let's go for a pound. Ooh, uh-oh. Woobat. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Trainers are smart. Switching out when they don't have a type advantage. Owie. Do not like that. I don't like that at all. Accuracy fell. Ooh, you know what? I don't like that. Let's send Titania back out. Let's just not divvy up the XP too much. Baton Pass. Uh-oh. Back into Patrat. Okay. Let's go for a Vine Whip. Let's see how this does. So far, Vine Whip has not been very impressive. That was pretty nice. Uh-oh. Oh, no. This is bad. Let's go for a Fairy Wind. Don't hit yourself. Don't hit yourself. Don't hit yourself. Ah! Well, this is getting very bad very quickly. I think we can try one more time, and if we don't do well here, come on, don't hit yourself. All right, I think we're okay. Nice. Got the KO. That's what we want. Okay, 31 XP. Woobat again. Let's go for a Fairy Wind. Good. Didn't hit ourselves. That's good. Fairy Wind. KO's nice. Togedemaru. Oh, okay. You know what? Adam might be exactly the right call if only we had a ground type move. Nice. Tackle doesn't affect me. Special attack rose sharply. Evasiveness fell. This, I believe, is a special attack. Wish. Why do you have Wish? Well, that did not do as much damage as I had hoped it would. Do it again. We need to do more damage, actually, because Wish is just going to heal back exactly the damage we did. Defense rose sharply. Speed fell. Yeah, we need to swap out. This isn't going to work. Yeah, we can use double kick. Let's switch in Gilgamesh to finish this up. All right, double kick. Let's go. Knock it out. Be done with it. It's only level 3. There's no reason this shouldn't KO. I only needed 1 kick. 1 kick was all we needed, and we got it. Ooh, I see a piece of candy back here. What do we got? A Moringa berry. If held by a Pokemon, this berry will increase the holder's special defense if it's hit with a special move. That could be handy later. I see another piece of candy. Ooh, Life Orb. Okay, all right. That's got to do something good. It boosts the power of moves, but at the cost of some HP on each hit. That could be good. That could be good. I see a piece of candy. We got a battle first. What do we got? Ooh, Magnemite. Interesting. All right, what do we got? Luminous Moss. Nice. All right, Junior, let's see what you got. Who are you? Strongman Joe. All right, let's go, Strongman Joe. Piplup, huh? Okay. I have an answer for a Piplup. That's not a very good ability for you, Piplup. That's not very good. Let's set up a Wish. Ow. Not very effective, of course. Let's set up a Wish, and then let's swap Titania back in. Good, Growl is fine. My attack fell. That's okay. And then let's do a Vine Whip. Nice, super effective. That's not too bad. That's fine. Another Vine Whip should do it. All right, what you got next, Strongman Joe? Audino, okay. And with 2 Fairy Winds, this Audino should go down. No problem at all. Come on, Strongman Joe, you could do it. Give me something that's gonna actually challenge me. Let's go. Swoobat. That's not gonna challenge me, especially at level 4. Okay, let's do a little bit of switch training. Let's see, Swoobat. Let's go ahead and switch Adam back in. Confusion is not good. I did not expect a confusion. That was a terrible thing to happen. My attack fell. Ooh, buddy, that's not bad. I regret switching it. Yep, let's go ahead and switch over to Bess. Sorry, Adam, I did not foresee that coming. Odor Sleuth, okay. Literally can only do one thing. Let's go for a confusion. Not very effective, but that shell bell will keep me at full HP. And one last confusion. Not bad, Strongman Joe. A valiant effort, but not good enough. All right, did we get anything interesting this time? Something, ooh, Duat. Okay, I like a Duat, but we already have the Blastoise, so I don't know, I don't think we need a Duat. Piece of candy, a Rage Candy Bar. Ooh, and another battle immediately. All right, what do we got? What do we have this time? Oh, this could be interesting. This could be very, very interesting. You know what? It's a baby Pokemon. Let's just throw a Pokeball at it and see what happens. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 1, 2, 3. Nice. There we go. All right, now we've got a Happiny. We could turn that into a Blissey later. That could do some serious work for us. All right, welcome to the team, Gula. Oh, it's this guy again. What do you want, Kimberly? All right, let's see what we've got. Time to see if we're ready. All right, show me what you got, Kimberly. Let's go. Okay, so your name does stay the same. I was curious if it was gonna stay or if he was gonna have a different name, but Pangoro is not what I expected, and that could be bad. What level is this? Only level 6. That's not terrible. Okay, we might be all right. We might not, though, to be honest with you. Let's see. I think Gilgamesh might be the best choice. Dark type is gonna mess up a lot of Pokemon on my team. Bullet Punch would definitely mess me up a little bit, but it's a good thing I swapped out. Double Kick should do a decent amount. Let's go. There's 1. Oh yeah, there we go. 2, nice. That Pangoro was nothing and I was worried. All right, what else you got? Schoolboy Kimberly. Ignite. Ooh, okay. You know what? Level 6, this is a good opportunity. Try to get some levels. Let's go ahead and throw in Poseidon. Should be able to tank a hit. Surf? What are you doing using Surf, Pig Knight? Water Gun. That did not do as much as I thought it would. Would you stop already? 5 hits, really? Hit 5 times? Of course it did. All right, well, this should KO. Okay, good. We got 3 levels out of that fight. Aromatisse. What do I have to answer to Aromatisse? The answer is not much. All right, let's see if we can get a little more XP for Adam. Disable failed, that's good. That is very good. Defense fell though. Mud Slap. Withdrew, okay. And sent out, you have 2 Aromatisse? What? That was such a weird exchange. Why swap one out for the other? My attack rose sharply. Okay, good. Let's just throw a pound. See what happens. Not much. Not much at all. Accuracy rose sharply. Special attack fell. Okay, so we need to stick with the pound. But let's go ahead and throw out another Mud Slap just to drop that accuracy a little bit more. There we go. Speed rose sharply. Defense fell. That's not a good trade-off. I was already fast. Already faster than the Aromatisse. Good. Missed again. See, it doesn't matter what my stats are if it can't hit me. Speed rose sharply. Special attack fell. That's fine. We're just going to pound it out. Boom. There we go. Critical hit. Perfect. That couldn't have gone better. Get another Moody. Speed is up. Special attack fell. Gotta stick with the pound. Cast form, huh? I could mess with that cast form, but I don't want to. Also, I just realized what happened with his Pokemon. Hold on. Yeah, I just realized he withdrew Aromatisse and sent out the exact same Aromatisse. That's a weird thing that happened. I thought he just had 2 different Aromatisse. That is strange. We might want to take Adam out of this fight though. The last thing I want to do is get hit by a Surf or something like that and Adam go down. Desolate Land. Ooh, that was a bad call. That was a really bad call. Wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't a bad call. Is he not going to switch forms? Didn't switch to the Sunlight, to the Sun form. I thought I set myself up for failure there, but I guess not. All right, we're just going to Vine Whip it. Ooh, not quite doing a quarter. That might help. No. That... Ooh, nope, that was a critical hit. I was gonna say that did help, but no, critical hit. But the critical hit's nice. That means we will KO it this turn. We can be done with this fight with schoolboy Kimberly. A run on home, Kimberly. You're no match for me. We learned Lucky Chant. Okay, let's go.